Your desk is messy.
It's so messy today.
You can't see mine because my desk is in front of me, not behind me.
There we go. We'll see Paula's desk.
Oh, don't.
Oh, wow.
This
This
is
is
bad.
bad. Okay, we are live. The wind has been blowing like crazy over here in northern Utah. You know, I just had my roof replaced, Heidi, from the last windstorm, along with my fence.
Should have
And
waited just a little bit longer.
yeah, I wasn't so sure if things were going to hold up after last night or in this morning. But the roof looks good. It's holding strong. You guys have some strong winds there in Cache Valley. You knock over any cattle with it?
Okay. I was actually staying up at my sister's house in Meat Creek, which is about 30 minutes
Meat
north
Creek?
of Preston.
What is that?
And it's country. It's country, Stephen.
Okay.
It's middle of nowhere country. And I was up there and it's up in the mountains. And so right where the cold wind meets the warm wind, we had some nasty winds up there. I opened up my car door this morning, dang near ripped it off its hinges. And I was like leaning against the wind and walking, trying just to get to my car and fighting the wind.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Well, with the wind comes jobs. We have new jobs that are blowing into the valley, into northern Utah. I'm really excited to talk about it. We're going to talk about the jobs. We're going to talk about the job fairs that are going on. We have this big virtual event on Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
It's a party.
It is a party. We hired 150 people last time. We're going to double that this time. Then we have a job fair at Autoliv in Ogden, a drive-through job fair on Tuesday from 11 to 2. Then on April 24th, the Saturday, next Saturday, not the Saturday, we have a job fair in the Ogden 12th Street branch from 11 to 2 on Saturday. So we've got job fairs just packed back to back, and there's more to come. And then I also would like to share some data, wage data, that we got from our job seekers. It's really, really interesting data. You don't want to miss this. This shows you what job seekers are willing to take this year compared to last year. And it is just insightful. I can't wait to dig into it. And then Heidi, if we don't go past 20 minutes, is going to talk about what? Something about keeping employees, retention.
It's trusting your employees.
Trusting your employees, i.e.
Trust me, Stephen. It's awesome.
them. I trust you, Heidi.
You see how I did that there?
Article. That was good.
Okay.
So let's just go ahead and let's jump into it. Should we do the intro? Should we kill the intro? What do you think?
Let's do it. Okay, hang on. I'm getting ready. And go.
My favorite thing is working at that's a good baseline, Luca. All right, so Heidi, take a look at this data here with me for a second. I'm going to take us off the screen just because it's really hard to see. But what you're looking at is our job seekers in 2019 of Q4, so that's October, November, December, and that's in the gray. And then compared to job seekers' desired pay rates, just in October, November, December of 2020. So right at the end of the year, and this data is pretty close to the same for Q1. So that's why I've just highlighted Q2 or Q4 of 2020 because there's just a lot more volume to look at. But you'll see. So this is just I want to give our audience a real picture of what's going on right now in northern Utah when it comes to wages, because this is pretty scary stuff here. This is affecting businesses everywhere in northern Utah. Businesses are trying to find people, and it is extremely difficult. And this data is just a great representation of what's going on. So I'm gonna summarize this, Heidi. So if you're paying $12 an hour in 2019, 14% of job seekers said they would take $12 an hour. 14%. That's not a lot, right? But now
it wasn't a lot then, but it's even lower now.
Yeah, now it's 11% said they would take $12 an hour. So when you look at people that want a job, you're tapping into 11% out of the entire market if you're paying $12 an hour. Now, I want to preface this. This is not something that we're not telling you to increase your wages or decrease them or do anything. I just want to share this data with you so you know what's going on in our market in Northern Utah. And then you can decide what you want to do with that. Looks like we got Tani, who just added to the stream. Hi, Tani.
Hello.
Welcome. We're just jumping into some fun stuff. So glad you joined us. Tani's one of our on-sites over at Fresenius. She's got looks like Carly behind her.
Yeah, she's going to be joining in a minute.
Oh, awesome. All right. Well, we're talking about the wage data and and it's just really compelling information. So we're going to jump right back into it. So
one of the unique things, Stephen, is that right now we are talking about how the amount of people actually looking for work has lowered, that not a lot of people are on unemployment anymore, that they are actually out there working, that the workforce has decreased, or at least the number of applicants have decreased. And to be able to remain competitive and to get those applicants, if you look at the data, you're only getting out of that short amount that you already have, you're only getting about 11% out of that very few applicants that you have right now. So having that higher wages is where you're hitting the majority of the people.
Yes. Welcome, Carly. Glad to have you here.
Morning.
Morning. So we have less job seekers out there, as Heidi was pointing out, and we have this compression of wages. And this is not unique to Ogden, right? It's not unique to Northern Utah. It's happening across the country, but Northern Utah seems to really be just a race on wages, and it's getting harder and harder to find people at certain pay rates. We got a comment here. It's all about the money. I agree. Yes, for some, right? We find the data shows that 75% of job seekers, the reason they accepted the job was not because of the company name and logo, the mission, the values, the benefits. It was the pay rate, 75%. So that means there's still 25% that say that for other reasons, for benefits, for the culture, for the company name and logo, the mission and values, the career opportunities. There's still that, but 75% say it's the wage that attracted them, that helped them accept the offer.
But that's not always what retains them. So we look at that 75% that accepted the job because of the wage, but eventually that wage, it's great to make money, but if you're not being treated properly, or if there's not great benefits and something comes up in your life, or, if the work structure is just poorly put together, then you're not going to stay, even if the wage was really competitive.
Exactly. Such a good point. Wages gets them to sign the offer letter. Your company, your culture, your benefits, your supervisors, the social connections, that's what helps them stay. Great point. So when we look at this data, I want you guys we have a lot of people in the Valley. I've noticed a lot of companies that are in that $14 range. That seems to be, companies that were at 12 bumped up to 14. Some companies that just can't make the move, they can't really increase much more between that 14 and 15. And so you'll see that last year, Q4 of 2019, 42% of job seekers said they would take $14 an hour, and 57% said they would take $15 an hour. That's actually, I remember this in 2019, that we were talking to our clients saying, hey, if you're in 14, 15, you're still getting people. It's going to be hard to get the people, but you'll still get your people, just maybe not as fast as you would like, right? But then things just changed overnight. So Q4 of last year, so just a few months ago, and again, this reflects very closely to current Q1 that just wrapped up. Now if you're offering $14 an hour, 32% of our job seekers say they would take take $14 an hour. So you're only getting a third of job seekers. There's 68% of job seekers out there that you are not even being considered with. And that's a real challenge. That's very challenging. And we're seeing that right now. A lot of companies are feeling that. 57% said they would take $15 just, 2 years ago. Now they're 45%. So we had a 12% drop in our applicant base saying they would take $15 an hour. 45%, guys. What do you think of that? I mean, $15 an hour seems to be a pretty popular wage in Northern Utah. And you have 55% of your job seekers that are saying, no, I'm not even going to consider $15 an hour.
Well, we are seeing that with the jobs that we have open right now. Any of our jobs that are down at, 12, 13, 14 an hour, we're just not getting the traction on as the same jobs that we're getting at 16, 17, 18 an hour. We do see, again, like that 75% that were attracted to the job in the first place due to the hourly wages. You may have a great company structure. Once they get in the door, they want to stay there, but it's that initial contact, that initially getting them in the door that's becoming a struggle, even at that 14 an hour, which used to be pretty desirable in the area.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so you move on. $16 an hour. 84% said they would take 16 or more an hour, and this is in the light industrial space. This is also taking into consideration hospitality and restaurants, fast food. Now, so just a few months ago, only 66. So if you think of 84%, I would say, okay, the majority of your job seekers are saying, I would take 16. Do you guys get that at 84%?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think if you're 80% or higher, you're going, okay, you're capturing the market's attention. You're not going to have a challenge filling your positions in your plant, in your facility. Well, now that has dropped significantly, 22 points. And I don't want this to be discounted. 66% of job seekers in Northern Utah said they would take $16 or more an hour, meaning they won't accept anything less than 16 an hour. 66%. So that's a little over half. So you still have 44% of job seekers on the table that are not going to take $16 an hour. It blows my mind. 44% still say, nope, 16 is not enough. Why is that?
What's really unique about this actually is that last year it was at the 84%. And if you look at this year's data, you're not even hitting that 84% at the 17 an hour. You have to go even above that to hit what we were previously hitting at 16 an hour.
Isn't that wild?
It's such a significant drop in applicants that are interested. And if you think about it, it makes sense with all of the cost of living going up lately.
Yeah, Utah just made the news for this housing market, how the average household or the average cost of a home in Utah is like $480,000.
Yeah. When we were doing a cost of living for our Rock Spring folks, you could get like your luxury 3-bedroom apartment in Wyoming for like $800-900.
Woo!
And to get something here similar to that in Wyoming, we're looking at like anywhere between 16 and 19.
Dang.
So it's like, it's the cost of living really like that these folks are like, I can't live off of $13-14 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's some really interesting things here. So now we're at 17 an hour. 78% of job seekers say, yep, I'll take 17 or more an hour. That means we're leaving who's a mathematician here? We're leaving 22% of job seekers on the table still at 17 an hour. It's not until you get to $18 an hour do you see you've captured the market's attention. You're going to fill your positions in your facility. You're going to get the talent that you want. You're going to really have less of a challenge getting people in on time and staying at $18 an hour. And so I used to tell some of our prospective clients and clients just, 6 months ago, like 7 months ago, like, hey, 16 an hour is your price of entry based on that 84% data. Now, that's not the case. The price of entry in this market is not $16 an hour. The price of entry is $18 an hour. I can't even believe I'm saying that. I've been with Elwood for 3 years, and I'm like, I remember filling positions at $10 an hour 3 years ago, and yeah, those were hard. But we still got 200 people at $10 an hour. If someone tells me $10 an hour, I'm like, I am so sorry. I don't even know how to help you. I want to help you, but I don't know how. Like, you're 1% of the job seekers. Like that's like it's not even a needle in a haystack. It's like I don't know, a hair,
needle in a needle
hair.
stack.
It's a hair in a haystack. Like, wow, that's so hard. And now we're at $18 as the price of entry, and I don't know what to tell people. And for job seekers, you're also in a pretty unique environment here, because you have some companies paying 18 or more an hour, and those positions are getting filled fast, right? And then all the companies that are paying less than $18 an hour, job seekers are trying to decide, is that enough for me? And some are, and some are not. If I was a job seeker in the market making less than $18 an hour, or that's all I had prospectively, I would pick the companies that are posed for the most growth, because I know I can get promoted, I can earn more per hour. I might have to start at a lower level, but I'm going to look at the companies that are posed for growth to grow my income in a short period. And so I know we've talked a lot of doom and gloom right now for companies in their wages, but as a job seeker, don't be discouraged by the $14 an hour job or the $16 an hour job. Like, look at the company, and if they're posed for tremendous growth, I would jump right in, like, and let it be known to that company, to your manager, to the HR team, that you want to grow. You don't want to make 14 an hour forever. Like, you want opportunities to grow your skill set as well as your income. And that's another thing you need to look at, is how do you grow your skill set? Like, what certifications, what machines can you learn? What equipment can you master at a $14 an hour to $16 an hour job? Like, is that worth it in itself? Will it pay it dividends long term? And the answer is yes. And so it's not all about the wage, all about that money. Initially, it might be long term. You want to make more, but what are you willing to do now to learn the skill sets, the trades, the machines, to make the money that you really want to make? Because just because there's an $18 an hour job doesn't mean you're going to get it, because it's competitive at 18 an hour or higher. So what are you willing to take to take less to earn those certifications, to get that experience, so you can make much more than $18 an hour? And that's really the point I want to make here.
At that 14, 15, 16 an hour, it really does. That's your entry level. And I think that's something that, you said very, very well, that you have the opportunity once you start passing off skills blocks, once you start passing off machinery, when you can move up in the company, it does go up from there. But starting out at that 14, 15, 16 an hour, especially if it has some of those, extra perks that keep people at the job, it's a great company culture. You have amazing coworkers. You've got the freedom and flexibility to make decisions while on the job. You are trusted by your management. You're trusted by your associates. You have creativity, innovation rights, things like that. And then amazing benefits on the side. That 14, 15, 16 an hour really could be worth it. Even, at a company where maybe they don't have as tremendous of growth, but they've got what's even better than that. They have such an amazing company culture, and they really will value you as an associate.
100%. And so, I like everyone to, that's watching this, if you're a job seeker, really do your research, do your homework, find out which companies can help you get the certifications you need to earn a lot more than just the 14 to 16 an hour. Research the companies that are posed for a lot of growth, right? What industries are growing right now? When you see if you go on Indeed.com, you can just search, and maybe I'll just show you here. You can search by the number of openings a company has, to really give you an idea of, where the jobs are at, where are the growth potential. So let me share this screen here.
And that is something that we'll be talking about at the virtual job fair. Since we will have these HR managers on there, you will have the opportunity to ask them, where's the growth at? Do I have the opportunity to move up in the company? Is this a company that has a good company culture? What's it like working there? How long have you worked there? What's the turnover like? Things like that. That's what's going to be awesome about this virtual job fair is that you get to ask these questions to HR managers before even going in for an interview.
100%. Yeah, that's a great point. You're going to get to interact with some of the top companies in Northern Utah, the ones that are posed for the most growth, the ones that give you that opportunity for learning new skill sets and certifications, and you'll get to interact with these managers. And my window is frozen here. Can you guys see me okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to share this window, but it is not having it. Not my fault, okay? And it's not letting me end it. That's funny.
But even though Steven can't show you, you can go to Indeed. You can also Google a company, read about them, look at their career opportunities, and go through all the different jobs that they have open. There's several different ways you can go about finding out what the openings are in a company and figuring out what kind of growth opportunities are there.
Yep. All right. So as my computer decides, to do something, let's talk about some of so we got 3 events coming up and we've got quite a few openings. So let's just jump into those real fast here. We have our virtual job party on Facebook. It's Facebook Live into these job groups that you're watching this live right now. So make sure you RSVP. The Facebook job party is this Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to have, it's going to be just a 3-hour party of some of the best companies in Northern Utah sharing their job openings, their company culture, and opportunities for you to interact with them on multiple levels. We hired 150 people from the last one. We intend to double that amount. So this is going to be a fun time. So make sure you mark that on your calendar. Share that with friends and family are unhappy with their current job or their current situation, and they want to make the next move. Then we have a drive-through job fair on Tuesday next week in front of Autoliv in Ogden, 11 to 2. You can interview from the safety of your vehicle. All CDC guidelines will be followed, and you can just literally pull up, interview from your car, and leave with a job offer. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited.
It's like a drive-through fast food restaurant, except for instead of driving up, taking your order, and then getting you food, you drive up, give us your order, and we give you a job. That's
right. And then we have another job fair that Carly and Tani are putting together. On Saturday, the 24th, the Ogden branch, Elwood branch off of 12th Street in Washington. Carly and Tani, you want to talk to us about that?
Yeah, so we decided that a Saturday would be an awesome time for you folks that may not have time during the week, may have children at home that you obviously can't leave alone, or you have other jobs or other commitments during the week. So we kind of thought, what other ways could we get these people a chance to come out and talk to us about openings and positions that we have available? So yeah, like Steve said, Saturday, April 24th from 11 to 2 at our 12th Street location. We'll be there. We'll have some goodies and then lots of jobs to talk to you guys about and get you squared away.
Woo! It's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
All right. And then my screen is still frozen. Hopefully this doesn't go live forever. Let's talk about openings there at Fresenius, since we've got the on-sites at Fresenius. What do we got open? What's the pay and how do people apply?
All right. So we have tons of great openings, anywhere from our day shift to our evening shift. Our day shift starts as early as 5 a.m. and goes until 5 p.m. And then you have a half day on Wednesday. So I don't know about you, but working 3.5 days a week and then having the rest of the time off, especially with summer coming up, that gives you lots of opportunity to hang out with family, go on vacations, camping. I guess vacation really isn't a thing right now still, but camping for sure. Just to enjoy time with your family and friends because you get those days off. And then we have our evening shift, which is starting at 5 p.m. and then goes till 5 a.m. There is a half an hour gap for a few other departments. So depending on what department or position you're in, you may start at 5, 5:30, or 6. Our day shift positions pay anywhere between $15.25 to $15.75, and then our nights pay anywhere between $16.35 and $16.75. You do get that weekend differential. So how you can apply is you can either go on to elwoodjobs.com. We have also postings on Indeed. We use ZipRecruiter too, right, Steve?
That's right.
Yeah. So
At least we do in Logan. I don't know what you guys do over there in Ogden, off in the big city.
So no, we have some ways to apply. And if you're not 100% sure on how to apply or you have questions, you can always contact us directly, or you can call the 12th Street branch and somebody there can get you in contact with myself or Tani, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. And we would love to get you out here.
And I know we've talked about it like 1,500 times, but my favorite
Don't forget the cafeteria.
cafeteria. And don't forget, you guys are going there for the job fair next week on Saturday. So ask about the cafeteria, get a job there, and then first thing you do, go to the cafeteria and get you some food. This
There
is
you
a
go.
plan.
All right. Well, I think we're 26 minutes in, so I think we'll wrap it up. So hope to see you guys at the virtual job party on Friday, the drive-through job fair on Tuesday, and the in-branch job fair on Saturday, the 24th. We have 600 openings. We have large companies that are normally full-time, whether they're 8-hour shifts or 12-hour shifts, that are opening their shifts up to part-time. So if you're looking for a part-time shift, let us know. We have the spots. It's a work in progress, but just about every company right now we're working on building out a part-time schedule for you, to accommodate what you're looking for. Maybe it's not full-time, maybe it's 30 hours a week, maybe it's 24 hours, 25 hours a week, or maybe it's just 12 hours a week. Whatever the case may be, we're gonna help you land a great job part-time. So thanks everybody. I'm gonna try to close out the window, do a hard closeout on my browser. So hopefully that'll end the live. If not, I'm sorry. You can just stop watching now. But take care, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.